You know what it is, Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm over here in the Bronx with the princess of the BX, you know, the rap game, the battle game. I saw some of her videos. Yeah. I had to sit down with her. Tell them who you are.
I am your girl, Norma Bayts. If y'all don't know me, y'all gonna know me now. NORMABAYTS on all platforms, everywhere. And this is Welcome to My Hood. Shout out to myself, Norma Bayts. Shout out to Poon Dog and Mr. Hood. This is gonna be our first episode. Me.
All right. Yes. So now you over here, and you wanted to interview me. She don't know
yes.
who I am because she a baby.
I'm a baby.
You know.
So for all of you that's in my age bracket that don't know who he is, we're about to get into some questions. We're gonna ask the top 5 that are alive, and we're gonna get into his business and find out what's really going on. So tell me about yourself.
My name is Unique. I'm from Harlem. I had a record store that I built for the DJs. Big shout out and rest in peace to Starsky, Star Child, Bismarck, you know what I mean? But we had Ron G up there, we had S&S, Double J, everybody came through there, I made a store so the DJs could have somewhere to go.
So when you did have the store, you actually played the records, so you should spin records?
Oh man, I built a studio upstairs above it because I had the whole building, but in the store I had the 2 turntables and the mixer. I went and bought all the
equipment.
The equipment and the records, because we didn't have USBs.
So you had to do everything, cords and everything.
And had to carry the big milk crates. So imagine dude come to make a mixtape and he got 10 people carrying mixtapes in your store.
Right.
So I went, I blessed them so that they have somewhere to go, because they tried to make the DJs obsolete, And then I had Club 2000 up the hill that, I introduced strippers to New York, to Harlem.
You did?
You know what I mean?
So did you bring the big booty, or you had the white girl? You had the white girl.
I had big booty and white girls. Big shout out to white girl Cream, Kim.
I know that's
You know what
right.
I mean? I mean, like I said, I went down there to Miami and I saw the way they was moving down there. I mean, it's like, I took some girls from Virginia down there, right, to Miami. Had a house in Miami and we partied for the weekend. And when we went down there, it was like, they was amazed at the booty, as she called it.
The big booty.
At that Miami booty.
Right.
So, and they were beautiful,
Yeah, they didn't have beautiful.
No, I'm talking about the Virginia girls. Was
wow.
beautiful, but they didn't have the booty.
The booty.
So when they saw the Miami girls like this, bodacious, they was like, yo, what the hell is in the water?
That's like the beginning of the Luke era, right?
Yeah, they was Luke dancers. I brought Luke dancers to New York and Luke.
I have a song called Luke Dancer. Check it out on all platforms.
Well, give me a verse from it real quick.
Let me see you shake it just like a Luke dancer, like a Luke dancer, like a Luke dancer. You want face down, ass up, bottles in the air. That's the way we turn up. Yo, it's a club. It's really a strip club.
But that's what I'm saying. Miami was all about partying. So that's where I came up with the AOI. You know what I mean? And
AOI.
Yeah,
that's
you know, yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? And Dougie Fresh put it out for me. Big shout out to Dougie. I just did a video with him where we spoke on it. And Miami was about partying,
right?
And New York was lyrical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when you came and you brought the girls up here and that kind of stripper life and that party lifestyle, more or less we partied in the gay party back then. I remember my mother used to be with Cool Herbs, Cedric Avenue, 1620.
But see, it's different. It's different.
Why?
Because in Miami, they was doing the Doodoo Brown, Pop the Coochie, you know what I mean? They was wearing Daisy Dukes, Poom Poom shorts.
They wasn't really doing that.
Nah, they was up here, they was wearing jeans. Jeans was the fashion for the girls back then, the 5411s and the little body tops. You know what I mean? The 5411s, y'all remember DMX made them famous when he said
5411 size 7 and girl.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was little DMX, how he put that on the map. But the jeans was the fashion. They had some jeans called Big John and Edwin's. You know what I mean?
Edwin jeans. I remember my aunt used to wear Edwin jeans back
Exactly, because Edwin was made real slim.
Right.
And then when they got hips like you, even though they slim, they bust out and they look nice. But then now you go to Miami, they wore the Daisy Dukes where the shorts were so short, the pockets hanging out like how they doing it now. Big shout out to Miami. They the ones that first did that. So when I went down there and I saw how wonderful it was in Miami and all that ass, it cost too much to bring everybody down there.
Right.
So I bought Miami to New York. You know what I mean?
And that's where he started the booty mess up here. He did it. He started it.
Yeah, nah, they don't know. I mean, like I said, they can't dispute what I say. You always got haters, but they can't dispute the facts.
Yeah, they can't. The facts are the facts.
The facts is the facts. But like I said, I had Luke up there. You know what I mean? We had Queen Latifah come through there. Tupac come through my club. Brand Nubian.
Right.
You know what I mean? Naughty by Nature. What's the cats? From over here, nice and smooth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everybody came through there, man. Daz Effects performed up there. Mob Style, that was the first place they performed. You know, AZ was just getting out the drug game. And you know, he had my man Gangsta Lou. Big shout out to Gangsta Lou, Pretty Tone, Whip Womp. So they came up there and they performed at the club. I have actual videotape from that. I'm gonna show you when we finish.
Please
with
do.
Them, you know, and the Miami Girls dancing.
I'm learning all of this stuff. Like I know about a lot of things from like back in the day. So just tell me, from the high style lifestyle that you had, Miami clubs, bringing all the girls up here, doing what you was doing, big time around all the big time names. Where did your crash come? Because you always on the top, but you got to come to the bottom.
You know, someone told on me. That's how the feds work. The feds would never get nobody if everybody just learned to shut the F up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because let's say like the what's his Young Thug? What is it?
Yeah, Young Thug.
Yeah, Young Thug and Gunna and them.
Yeah.
What they going through with the RICO situation right now. They're gonna have many more indictments coming down by now in January when they go to trial. Because every time somebody flip and decide to work, they give more information.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Then when somebody else flip, they give more information.
Right.
And they get their information from us, from the ones they arrest. But if they knew to just shut up and don't say nothing, they wouldn't have nothing on them. Because they get the basics that,
Yeah, that's a terrible thing. It's like his whole life. Like you get to a place where you dream about being this artist, and then you actually get there. You get all of this money. You're living your lifestyle, but you can't leave the streets alone. And it's something that could be not done or even not into play. Not into who really wants to be in the street and be in the industry. Y'all need to stop that. Pick a side. You can't really do both.
But see, what it is, what I've seen, I've only been out here 2 years.
Right.
So I'm speaking for me. What I see is that, you know, they rap about the street, and, you know, some of them is from the street. So them rapping about the street or being from the street, you know, it's like they want to continue to keep the image because this is what they're rapping about. So that's why they didn't leave it alone. You understand what I see? You know, where, you know, you get that, come on, you make millions of dollars and, you know, you buy a $200,000 change and you still want to sell drugs when you get money from your music.
But that's why I just said they have to pick a side, because you dream about this your whole life. I'm an artist. I know damn well I'm not going to want to perform in all of these places all over the world. Like you said, if that's what I want to do, buy a chain, a house, a car, I'm not going to risk it because my friend or anybody else want to be on the block, or just we want to run something and put our names in somewhere where we don't need to be. That's going to take everybody down. Everybody went down with them.
Yeah.
Even people that don't got nothing to do with it.
But see, allegedly these boys was out there making that money. And then they started rapping about making that money.
But that's what I mean. Pick a side.
Yeah, but it's hard. That's
Why?
what I'm telling you.
Why is it so
It's hard because they're rapping about this lifestyle that everybody wants to be a part of, and they are allegedly already a part of it. So they're already the man in the dope game. You know what I mean? So now when they start rapping about it, now they want to be the man in the rap game that's still about the dope game. And it's like me, all the money I had, I should have been quit.
Right, that's
You
what I
know
was
what I
going to ask you. You've actually made millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars. Did you ever just think I'm just going to quit cold turkey and go that way?
A few times I did, but it's like you said, it was like going cold turkey. Then you want that action back.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
Does the millions not take precedence over the street, the lifestyle? You'd rather be home walking your dog in the backyard.
Yeah, but I was in my 20s at that time. I'm not thinking about that. Listen, you know what the feeling is? I go to Miami Beach. You understand? I take my wide body BMW down there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's pay about $150,000 for the car.
Right.
I'm driving that jack joint down there, and the music is bumping. I got my jewels on. I got my little flat top. You know what I mean? With a flat top back there, with the little Giorgio Armani glasses and the Liz Claiborne shirt with the button-down collar and the little Liz Claiborne short. Yeah, so I mean, you know, you drive down the street and the people look at you. You know what I mean? They look at you. That's addictive. That makes you feel like, man, I made it. You know what I mean? And at my age, that's what making it was to me. Because I didn't have any other means of making it. I didn't grow up seeing a doctor or a lawyer. You understand what I'm saying?
But these guys, they got the blueprint these days. There's no excuses.
No, I mean now, but I'm not going to knock them. But I mean, exactly. But back then, I didn't have it. But like I said, it was a high. when you get out the car and you walk up to the payphone before cell phone, because you just got a beat from a little big butt cutie there, a little Norma Bayts, you know what I mean? So you roll up on the joint,
trying to see what it's about.
But I'm saying, but we don't have a cell phone. So when you get out and you walking up, you got your diamonds flashing and everybody looking and they giving you pound. I mean, all that you see in the movies, that was my life. That was Kevin Child's life, that was AZ life, that was Gangsta Lou life, that was all of our lives. You understand what I'm saying? And we get addicted to the spotlights. You know what I mean? The hood spotlights.
So let me ask you, so when did you actually do your first bid and how long did you do it? Well, I mean, your first bid, where was it and how long did you do?
My first bid was in Jersey for burglaries. You know what I mean? I started off as a burglar from in Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? I started off in Brooklyn doing burglaries. We used to do something called jingling the keys.
What's that?
Okay, all the locks in majority of the locks on the brownstones in Brooklyn, because the Jews owned the buildings, was made by Sterling. That was the lock company. So all the keys were Sterling. So they couldn't make that many different keys because they do put a little chip here and a little chip there. So we'll take a key, like when we rob the house, we take the pile of the keys and we'll sit there and we'll just put the key in and we'll jingle it and just keep twisting it until they catch the lock and go boop and open. So you started
out robbing houses?
Yeah, I started off selling weed, and you know what I mean? And but I was working, for my brother and my cousin, and they wasn't really paying it like you were supposed to. But as I got older and physically stronger to be able to move around on my own, you know what I mean? I started robbing houses. You understand what I'm saying? And I first started off, but my first crime, I remember when I stole my first Twinkie. You know what I mean? I was with Tony Campbell that paid for the Timberwolves. The Campbells lived out in Jersey. I grew up out in Jersey, and you had Tony Campbell and them out there, and we went to the store, and they was older than us, and we saw them sticking stuff in their pants. So as a kid, we started sticking stuff in our pants. You know?
Your second bid.
My second bid was a violation, and then I got caught up on this Fed bid.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I said,
I was going to ask you about the Fed bid.
Yeah, but I mean, back then you get money, man. It's like, everybody gets a piece of the pie. You understand? Like back then, I used to get caught in the herb gates and all that. That's reefer houses, You get caught in them. You had to get caught like 32 times, you know what I mean? Before they could take you in the system.
Right.
32 times getting arrested before they could take you in the system. Because remember back then, that's when you had Jimmy Carter and them in office. This in the 70s when it was liberals in there. You know what I mean?
I was a baby then.
Yeah, you wasn't even born then when I'm talking about.
I wasn't even born.
We talking about the mid,
baby.
we talking about the mid 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you wasn't even born yet. Yeah. So we sitting there and it's everybody just want to eat. But when the drug thing came in, police see you driving like that. I got pulled over in a car. They took $1 million out of the car. Wow. You understand what I'm saying? And then, the cop told me straight up, you want this money or you want to go to jail? But either way, I'm taking this money. I can take this money and let you go. You understand what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean? So I can take this money and take you downtown.
What did you choose? You gave him?
I gave him you want the title to the car too? You know what I mean?
I don't think I need to
but I can't show where I got $1 million, so that was a no-brainer. I can make another $1 million if I stay out on the street.
Right.
They locked me up, seized the money, I can't get it anywhere, and now I'm sitting here doing X amount of years in jail for it. And he gave me a chance to continue to make money. Man, keep that. I will get you title to the car too. You know what I mean?
And the third big one, which was your federal bid, how long did you do?
26 years.
Wow.
26 and a half years. You know what I mean? That's because I blew up from there. In New York, everybody was on the payroll. Right. Everybody ate. I mean, you're selling 25 keys a day, everybody ate. You had the Dirty Dozens up the hill. You know what I mean? The 32nd precinct.
What did they give you 26 years for?
For 255 keys of crack cocaine in Virginia, sending it down to Virginia.
Do what? Nah. For real?
Yeah.
Wow. So you got 26 years from that.
I got
and you
20.
just came home.
Yeah, in 2020.
In 2020.
May 2020. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Did you have conjugal visits? You got married?
Hell no, you didn't get no conjugal visits. Nah. You was in the
feds.
This is feds. And the crazy thing is, I'm glad you asked that. The feds paid for the conjugal visits in the state. But
that's
they
what
wouldn't give it to
in the state, and you could, but what's the difference?
But I'm saying the feds paid for them to have it in the state, but they wouldn't allow us to have it in the feds.
Why?
Because they were just tough on crime. You know what I mean? This is Reagan and Bush era when it's mandatory minimum.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on. I'm a young man, can't read, can't write. I'm 22 years old. You know what I mean?
I think you want to have sex on our property.
No. We ain't talking about that. I'm saying as far as all the money, we ain't getting back. I'm taking you out of your question and back into why they didn't have it in the feds.
Okay.
We was making so much money back then with the crack and all that that they just wanted to lock us up. You know what I mean? And throw away the key. And throw away the key. So there's no need to give you Panani if they don't expect you to ever go out. But we're not, because they don't expect us to come out. They was giving out what they call football numbers
20, 30,
and letters.
Y'all not going to get any pussy. 20, 30,
20, 30.
50?
Try 80 and 120, 230 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They was giving you 30 years on a cop-out. They tell you to plead guilty to 30 years. That's how vicious it was back then.
So how do you feel about the society, the world, our culture, everything that's going on? Because when you were actually out 26 years ago, things have changed totally. There was no internet, there was no cameras everywhere. How do you feel about privacy is actually invaded? They can spot you, find you, quick, fast, your adaptation. How
I mean, as a civilian, it don't bother me. You know what I mean? But if I was still into the criminal life, it would. So those are the ones that really care about it. Because, like right now, okay, back in the day, like I said, I was a cold criminal.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got two types of people go to jail. You got the people that break the law, and then you got a criminal. You understand? I was a criminal.
Okay.
You understand? People that break the law, somebody that just did something and wound up in jail, and then wound up with 100 years. So that's the difference. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's like back then, if I'm walking down the street and I see a package in front of somebody's door, you know what I mean? I'm taking that. I'm dead serious. I'm talking about even when I'm getting millions.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm just a criminal. You know what I mean? That's a criminal minded.
So you're going to...
If I could come up, I'm going to come up. I don't care how much money I got in my pocket. And that's the way it was back then.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now I come home, to answer your question, the difference with what's going on now. Now I come home and I'm walking through, you know what I mean, the housing complexes out in Jersey, or just walking, you know, in New York, and you see them putting stuff on the doorstep and leaving. And no one taking it.
No.
When I first came home, I was like, I reached for it. You know, instinct, you know what I mean? The criminal instinct kicked in.
Right.
But, you know, like you said, they got cameras everywhere now. So people is aware of that.
It's really invasive now. It's like you can spot everybody, everyone's watching.
Yeah, but then if somebody harm you, then you say it's a good thing.
Which is true, if it helps you.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So it's a double-edged sword. It just depends, you know, what side of the law you're on or what side of the camera you're on. You know what I mean? If it's something watching you, you know what I mean, that's going to help you, then yeah, all praises for cameras. You know what I mean?
What about just dealing with, I've been hearing like, you know, young boys, they don't have any guidance or just really have anybody to tell them stories like your jail stories to help them and give them an insight like, yo, you do this, that, and 30 could give you 30. But
that's because back then, listen, when I got locked up, it only had like 750,000 people in the whole United States in prison. Now they got over 2 million.
Yeah.
Most of them is black and brown.
Yes, you absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you take all the men out of the community and leave the boys, the children, the babies, even the unborn babies, when they're born by themselves without any guidance from the men, because we all need a man in our life to grow. It's like like a young lady needs a woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at the joint power. What's her name? The one that's beefing with her father. The one that grew up to be a cop in the later series. I just started watching. I didn't have that in prison.
I never watched
Well, the girl, Rock's brother.
That's bad.
Yeah, Rock's brother raised her jukebox. You know what I mean? Is her name. Jukebox don't have a mother in her life, so she's going out looking for a mother. I love that part of the story because she's raised by her father. She turned out to be gay. She found out that she's a lesbian. Her father is not with it. You know what I mean? So it's like when he found out, he went to beating them. You know what I mean? Because that's what we did back then. We homophobic.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Children?
Oh man, yeah, do I? You know, I got really smart children because I had, you know, good baby mothers, and you know what I mean, mothers of my children. I don't want to use the baby mother term because they don't like that term. You know what I mean? So we're gonna say good mothers to my children. You know, I got a son that's in the medical field. I got a daughter that's in the retail field. I mean, they and a couple of my other daughters. I love computers and technology. That's why I came home. I edit my own videos, and that's why I was showing you about the YouTube. This is fascinating to me. I love to learn.
So this is all day. So you came home and you found a love for. Well, you already said you was tech savvy. So
Yeah.
coming home and seeing the technology and how much in advance you actually love it.
Listen, man, I had to go to a hotel to see a porno movie. You understand what I'm saying?
Why? Wait. What?
I had to go to a hotel to see a porno movie.
Wait, back in the day or
Back in the day.
Oh, okay.
You had to go to a hotel.
Right, you could just put it up on the phone.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I could just sit here while I'm sitting here with you. You don't even know, and I'm sitting there looking at porn.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to a man because you know a lot of men like porn. I ain't gonna say all. You have all kinds of clowns in the computers act like they don't look at porn.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But you can never say every. But you understand what I'm saying? So it's like to be able to watch a movie in the palm of your hand. You know,
Right.
where you had to order cable and the cable had a big wire that came to it with the keyboard and
Yeah,
it wasn't
which
no
is true.
remote control.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You know what I mean? It was a cable box that sat on the TV and you pull the cable box over you and you got a wire running from the TV to the box that's on your lap that you change the channel.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
So it feels good to have everything.
Oh
at
man,
the
then
palm
we
of
just
your
had
hand.
beepers.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
You can use the phone to FaceTime and you got all this stuff going on. You know what I
But
mean?
all the technology in the last 10 years, I'm quite sure it was already in federal.
10 years.
15, 20. It was already in the feds, right?
And I was down 26. It was never in the feds.
So they
What
had
you mean in the
phones.
feds?
What do you mean? Like in
No,
the
they have
last
pay phones. Listen, when I got locked up in
So the
Louisville,
big guys, they don't have like the flip phones? And,
yeah, I had the phone, but the phone I had a battery pack this damn big
Wait, what you?
that you put over your shoulder, like your purse, and it was bigger than your purse. And then it had a wire that came with it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
A wire that come from your purse,
How you
a
hide
phone
that?
wire and
How
hooked
would you
up.
hide that?
Well, how would you hide it?
Yeah, how would you hide that?
You didn't want to hide it. You was the man with that. You know what I mean? With that big ass GI, we call it G.I. Joe phone. But to be able to sit in the middle of the park and make a phone call is really like an army walkie-talkie. You know what I mean? But to be able to do that, you was the man.
Right.
You know, but then now I come home and my grandkids got phones. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, technology, everything just changed
Cars,
crazy.
the automatic start.
Oh my God! Listen, I ran into a dude on 125th Street, and he said, "Man, Unique, I be telling my kids and my grandkids all the time that the first time you started your car up without even being in it, me and you walk into the car, and the car started up, and we saying I started. Him said he started running towards the car because he thought someone would steal the car because he heard the car go boom boom. You know what I mean? And he even said that too, boom boom. Man, if I got the video, I might put it up. But you know, he put it there. Hold on, my man, I'm tired, so we got to pause. All right.
Got one more question. You got something called Top 5 That Are Alive. Your best food since you came home?
My best food since I came home, I'ma still say Jamaican food.
Jamaican food.
Yeah, I love my curry gourd.
What do you still listen to? Even
I,
from 26 years ago, your song that you, no matter what, in the shower, anyway, you still want to play it.
you know, to be honest, I don't listen to no old songs. I'm really fascinated
Really?
with that what they call that, the drill music. You know, like Little Baby,
I said
Polo
from when
G.
you went in, a song that you have
Yeah,
to
but I'm
listen
saying I
to.
left all that in the past, man. That's just
You
me.
don't want to hear, all right.
I ain't none of that old crap. You know what I mean? That's me, man. I like that Little Baby music
Big
and
booty
Polo
or
G.
slim?
Oh man, I like a petite. You know what
So
I mean?
you like size 10 or 14?
Oh, I mean,
Or 8? You take an 8, size 8?
oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, when I say petite, I mean, you know,
A slimmy.
no, I mean small waist and nice apple bottom. You know,
So she got to wear a size 10.
get even be bigger than that.
All right,
You
that's
know, I mean, now Jamaica, I like them juicy.
Juice, water, or soda?
Champagne.
Ooh, I like it. This is
Champagne.
your girl Norma Bates, and I'm sitting with the legendary, unique Mecca Audio. Thank you so much, sir.
And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
But can I get another spit before you go? I'm
All right,
feeling the flow.
definitely. Norma's that young Miss Kendrick. They can die, I bet it. But I'd rather leave them limbless. It's okay, I get it. Bitches, rock stars, maybe in Plymouth. I see them fake going to them outer limits, cause they timid, ball, and pivot. My inner core real, no gimmicks, fuck them all. Any mortgage waiting and there's no pretending. If they said I said it, then I meant it. If you see me, then you saw me in it. Goon and lieutenant, I'm riding low with the windows tinted. Female drama, I sent it. Jumping head first in it. School of hard knocks, always been 100% in attendance. Did I mention that these bars is hard like a life sentence? This is for my dudes and platoons that can only only phone home and pennant for their souls ascending, wishing for repentance on the way to their penance. It's like a damn near doing a life sentence. So I look in the mirror so clear, I'm a nightmare for these hoes. These bars can wake them up. I drop jewels on them like my name was Jacob. I'm never forced like makeup. I'm waving high to you haters. My dough rolling me any daddy that my cake is up.
Woo!
It's a little something.
We
Check me
out.
out on all platforms. You already know. Everywhere. NORMABAYTS. Queen of the Ring. Shout out to everybody.
Tell about your new joint. What's the new
This
joint?
is our
Hood.
Welcome to My Hood.
There you go. That's
Welcome
the
to
new
My
joint.
Hood, starring me, Poom, and Mr. Hood. You already know. Welcome to My Hood.
Peace.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26,
Yeah.
Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom,
Facts.
came up from the bottom.
Facts.
Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the rudiments.